Hello and welcome to episode 18 of Liberty for Philly podcast. I'm Mitchell. That's Jared. And this will be the last time you'll be seeing us together for about a month. Jared's going to be going on a vacation stay over in Israel. I will be.
It's pronounced Israel.
I don't know. It's Israel to me. I know. I'm funny. Okay. Anyway, we'll keep it updated on the sports. I'll remind you guys at the end of the episode that next week, Alex Carr should be joining us to go over our first ever episode in our MLB predictions. Yes, he'll be
joining you.
I know, I'm special. And then we'll be going over that. So make sure to mark the calendar for next Sunday, as you will have a great episode. Now let's get straight into the sports. Let's start with hockey. Montreal is deciding not to play at all this series. Do you agree with that, Jared?
Not playing well.
I think you jinxed them a little too hard.
Yeah, we jinxed them. Your tree and I jinxed them.
Yeah. Even my prediction's gonna be wrong.
Not being Carey Price, I know that.
Yeah, he was carrying that team.
Yeah, but and they also played weaker competition too. They played Vegas, who are crapping themselves. They
Tampa Bay,
and they played Toronto, who choked on their own spit as well. So yeah, basically disaster.
Yeah, Florida, they'll lose some. It'll be interesting to see if they go for 3 straight, but that's probably not going to happen. That hasn't happened before.
Well, I mean, we'll find out.
I mean, they could reverse sweep, which would be pretty hilarious. Because
that will not happen. The memes are dead.
Remember this moment when somehow the Montreal Canadiens reverse sweep.
I really hope it doesn't happen. I mean, this truly was your frick the Stanley Cup Finals, but
yeah, it would be interesting. Yeah, I would have liked to see the Canadiens win, but I guess you can't go wrong with the Tampa Bay Lightning. I mean,
not at all.
They're a good team. Especially, they have made up for the Blue Jacket series from 2 years ago. Yeah.
19, yeah. By winning back-to-back Stanley Cups. That's always a recipe.
Speaking of Columbus, I'm wearing my Columbus Crew shirt today.
Ew, that's disgusting.
I am in Ohio on vacation. So I'm supporting my favorite MLS team, which is the Columbus Crew. I'm not a Union fan. I will be a Columbus Crew fan.
Why?
I was born in Columbus, and I used to like the Blue Jackets and the Crew, and I just stayed liking the Crew because I don't really.
You live in Chicago?
No, I lived in the middle of Illinois for 7 years, so there you're either St. Louis or Chicago.
Fire?
What?
I mean, what's wrong with the Fire?
I was in soccer then. I didn't really become soccer until I came here. So. It's just a weird thing. But taking a brief detour from the NHL to soccer, I just want to say that because I was watching the England-Ukraine game in the Euro.
That game is over. Well, I think it might actually be final now, but
it was final. 4-0 England moves on to the semifinals.
I didn't realize you had 5 subs. I think they had 5 subs.
Yeah, it's 5 subs, and you're allowed an extra 1 at extra time. So you're allowed technically 6 maximum throughout a match. Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
But that means a healthy England squad will be going up against a Denmark squad, which has been on a run since, unfortunately, Eriksson went down with cardiac arrest in the first
match. For him.
Yeah, he's still there. I don't know if it'll take a while before he gets back on the pitch, but he's still.
No, I don't think he should play again.
He shouldn't, but he'll probably will.
I mean, Rich Peverly and Jay Bouwmeester retired when they had their cardiac episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think Eriksson should play. I mean, unless it's going to take him a long time to come back.
He'll probably be back in 2 years, but he will definitely not be at the same level he was.
I would not play.
So then we got now Denmark-England, the old Viking matchup. And then we got the Spanish versus the Italians. That's going to be.
You just insulted their entire race, but yes.
I mean, it's true. Denmark did used to kind of bully. Yeah. England. And England returned the favor by destroying Copenhagen about twice. But anyway, I have England
Hey, you
going on.
history geek.
I know. So I have England moving on to the finals against Italy. Spain has went to 2 consecutive extra time games. Italy's still coming off a great victory this past match, and I do believe it'll be England-Italy. It will be a great match. However, I do think with the home stadium full of Wembley English fans, I do believe England will win the Euro 2020 Cup, meaning they are in my. Yes, I do believe England should do. They should
England
win.
should, keyword. I think Spain will actually win.
You think Spain? I'm the only reason I'm not picking Spain is because they've been to 2 consecutive extra time matches against Croatia.
But they know how to play. I feel like they play well.
Didn't score. They didn't score a goal against Switzerland with 10 men with 20 minutes left in the game. No, not technically 20. 50 minutes left in the game. They didn't score 1 goal.
Pathetic, but.
And they only allowed 1 bad pass the entire game. And that 1 bad pass is scored by the Swiss. So.
I mean, they didn't even. Yeah, you're right. I forgot they actually didn't score last game, technically.
Yeah.
They had an own goal go the correct way.
Yeah, so with that, I have England. Jared has Spain. Let's see what comes into fruition. I think the final is 2 weeks from now.
Or should we go with the memes and say Italy?
They'll probably switch sides at halftime. Moving on.
Well, they do, though. Technically.
They do.
Oh, yeah, and you saw 5 points was like, of course, the Swiss are playing for the draw. I thought it was. I thought the neutral ones were the Swedish. But maybe not. Let's not get into history.
They were neutral, but they friended with the Germans. Notice my air quotes. Okay, moving on. MLB. Let's talk about the Phillies. I was enjoying a nice relaxing day yesterday watching the Phillies up 3-0 going into the top of the ninth.
The bullpen for the 800th
turn off the
time.
game. Jose Alvarado comes out, allows a double and a walk. It's now 3-1. Ranger Suarez comes in. If he gets 1 out, moves the runners over, however. What happens next on the last pitch? It's hit down the line because it literally hits the bag and sweeps into the outfield for a double, scoring both Fernando Tatis Jr. and I think it was Brent Grisham. Now it's 3-3.
Remember when he was dumped to the side by Milwaukee and then ended up becoming really good with San Diego?
Yeah, San Diego.
And he ended up winning the Gold Glove the year after that gaffe. I find that so funny.
Yeah. This is the one thing I have to say about the Phillies. I know they're taking the stay back and wait to see what this team does before the deadline. If they're above 500 come the deadline, I think they will buy. But if they're below 500 at the deadline, I think they'll sell. It's pretty good raging plan.
I don't want them to sell.
I don't either, but it might be great because you'll clear cap room for free agency next year, and you'll get some prospects in return, which is what we really need. However, I would like to spend at the deadline because right now the NL West has 3 playoff teams. 3: San Francisco, Los Angeles, and San Diego. San Diego, and no.
Yeah. San Diego, San Francisco, Los Angeles. You're right.
No. I'm trying to remember which ones are in the wild card. I think San Diego and the Giants are in the wild card.
No, the Giants are in first place in the entire Major League Baseball, buddy.
Oh, they are? Oh,
I believe they have the best record out of everybody. I'm pretty sure they were the first ones to 50 wins, weren't they?
They were.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they're still in first place by a country mile.
Yes.
Maybe not by a country mile, but by a lot.
Yeah, let me go check on the Phillies game today. Has not technically been delayed further. However, there's no rain on the field. However,
Ben's at the game right now. He says that it's probably going to go until 6. But
I don't understand why didn't it just push back the start time to 7, which is a smart idea. They don't.
Or push up the start time. That would have been better.
Yeah, the start time was at 4, which was weird. Which is normal for holiday weekend afternoon. All right, standings. Here we go. San Francisco is first place by half a game. LA Dodgers are back by half a game. And it's the Padres who are 3.5 games back. Behind San Francisco and behind San Diego and for the final wild card spot, it goes Chicago, Cubs, Reds, Nationals, Cardinals, Atlanta, Philly, who is 8.5 games back of the wild card.
Philadelphia's 8 games back. They really need to win the division to get in.
Yes, that's what I was leading to. The Phillies need to realize, in order to get into the playoffs this year,
they need Dave Montgomery. Not Dave Montgomery. They need the John Middleton to sell the team.
Yes, you realize the only chance you have winning in this current environment with all the teams that are in the league right now, without that expanded playoffs, the only way you can get into the playoffs is by winning your division or being great, like tied greater than the Padres and the Dodgers in the West. You just have to be better than them or be neck and neck with the team that's in first place, which is the Mets, and they suck. The Mets are awful. They have blown. I think they haven't
blown as much as the Phillies.
That's true.
But
it's still disappointing. The Phillies should be definitely. They really need. They need a bullpen. Well, mostly they need a closer. I think that's the main thing.
Because whoever steps in the closer role ends up dying in a hole. Like, holy moly.
Yeah, like Jose Alvarado's good. He cannot go 2 innings. He's good in a hold situation. He's not good in a closing situation.
So they need to trade for a real closer.
Either that or
maybe put Archie Bradley in that role because he has experience in that role.
Well, they tried that and he failed.
That one game.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, the Phillies right now are 4.5 games back to the Mets, who are 42-36. The Nationals, who were in last place 2 weeks ago, are in second place with a 500 record.
Oh, yeah, Kyle Schwarber's hitting like a god.
But he's injured and will be out for several weeks. That just news.
Oh, what happened? Today. I missed that.
Serious hamstring injury.
Oh.
Yeah. So then Phillies, however, only 2 games back, only technically 1 game back of the Atlanta Braves, which is interesting.
They let the Braves.
As long as they do better than Atlanta, that'd be hilarious. Who does Atlanta play right now? They're losing to the Marlins. Pathetic. Okay, moving on. For the Phillies, you really need to get a closer. However, who would you trade for? And don't say Greg Holland because I don't think the Phillies.
Greg Holland. No.
Would you try to get Craig Kimbrel from the Cubs? Because the Cubs are possible.
I'm going to say no. And you know why I'm going to say no? The Boston rule.
True. He is a former Boston player, and that doesn't usually go well except for Papelbon. That's the only exception. Wow. Aroldis Chapman? I mean, if the Yankees are willing to sell him off, I mean, he's a good lefty. Trying to name off people here that are on like losing teams. Cesar Valdez, he's okay for the Orioles, but he's injured right now. The Pirates have
whatever happened to Shane Green?
Shane Green, he is on the Braves, I believe.
Yeah, he's on the Braves, but I haven't seen his name ever.
He's just there. He's just chilling. He just got re-signed. He has a 9.72 ERA, and I think.
Who does? Shane Green?
Yeah.
Wow, he's really sucking.
Possible relievers for trade 2021. See what I think. Amir Garrett would be a great option too. He's not having the best of year, but
kind of has a temper tantrum though.
That's as long as he's not facing the Pirates, I think we're good. So right now it says here, here's what MLB Trade Rumors. This is their top 40, and slot me where you think the Phillies should get. Number 1, John Gray from the Rockies. Interesting. Wouldn't mind him. Would rather have German Marquez though. He's really good.
Isn't he a starter?
Yes, he's a starter. John Gray is also a starter.
Oh, I thought we were still talking about the bullpen. Sorry.
I'm just going through the top 40 list of trade candidates. This was updated to like a couple days ago. Number 2, Trevor Story, obviously. Mitch Haniger, Matthew Boyd, Tyler Anderson, Adam Frazier. That's the guy's name, Richard Rodriguez. He's a really good reliever for the Pirates. He has a 2.84 ERA, and he's a closing pitcher. And he only has a salary of $1.7 million, which is pretty interesting. I would say Jose Leclerc, but I totally forgot he got Tommy John surgery, so he's unavailable. Joey Gallo would be great too. There's just so many players out there the Phillies can get to improve this team. I really do think they'll sell. However, we don't know until it happens. Do need to do some things. They can improve this team, and I believe this team can make a good turnaround. However, that includes having valuable relievers to be used in high leverage situations. Joe Girardi needs to know who to put when and where together. Alec Bohm needs to know how to throw a baseball and catch a baseball, which is very important in baseball. And after that, I do believe that the Phillies can possibly make a run, because the last time that the Mets were in first place going into July, 2007, the Phillies came back and won the NL East on the last day of the season. That will be the people are already placing bets on the Phillies to win the division just for meme purposes. Oh, that would be hilarious. Moving on. So let's move on to the Sixers and the ongoing Ben Simmons trade discussions. Apparently, the Sixers have declined a trade from Malcolm Brogdon and a first-round pick for Ben Simmons, as they reportedly hold out to get an all-star caliber player in return. I learned from a source, however, that the Sixers seem to be holding off, and if we do see a trade with Ben Simmons, expect a 3 to 4 team trade with Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, and possibly Tyrese Maxey being moved to many teams. In return, the Sixers should receive Damian Lillard and another shooter in return, along with a plethora of picks. That's what I'm hearing. Preferably, I think there's. I mean, one of the things I've been hearing more and more of. I know it seems like a dream, but I've been hearing more about either Klay Thompson being moved. I've been hearing more about that with his injuries, and the Chief teams have been calling about.
Oh yeah, he hasn't played since the finals against Toronto.
I've been hearing rumors about how the Sixers could go small ball and get Dame and Lowry and Curry, and then get a power forward to fill in, and then have 2 big men and 3 great shooters. I wouldn't mind that. It'll be an interesting lineup to see.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things that when it happens, it'll be great to see for each team involved. I do believe the Sixers.
Oh, it actually just started raining here. Sorry, what?
So I do believe the Sixers will get Damian Lillard in the end. However, how much they pay, I don't know. Because if we say lose Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons and
Mitchell, it's all a pipe dream, my dude. They're not getting they're never going to get whatever superstar you think they're going to get. It's not going to happen. It's Philadelphia. Have you lived in this city long enough to realize that yet? I doubt it, but come on, man.
Once again, come back to this. If this does happen, I proved it first before Jared.
Yes,
but
this will be the first time this crap actually happens.
Well, Bryce Harper. I mean, we didn't think we were going to get him. We got him.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, they'll be the second time out of like 800 different times.
That's true. I mean, Roy Halladay.
Under the new regime, buddy. Like since 2013, I guess. It hasn't happened.
Agreed. It has not happened.
Really, since I started watching, they haven't really pulled in any big names.
True. Not a lot of good players want to come here. However, I do believe the market will shift with Joel Embiid's skill, and I believe that will make players want to move here, especially Kawhi. I mean, not Kawhi.
No, doubt.
Not Kawhi. Yeah, doubt.
Press X to doubt.
But the thing is, even if we don't get Damian Lillard, I'd still expect us to sign Kyle Lowry and trade for, say, Chris Porzingis.
You said that same thing about Kyle Lowry the other year, right? And never happened.
Well, that was a trade, free agency, so we can do whatever we want without losing players, which is pretty good. I could see us. Phillies announced that the first pitch tonight will be at 6:00. But
Ben mailed that, by the way. It's when he said it would be.
So basically, if and when one of these big trades happen, such as the Phillies, we'll probably do a trade deadline special here on the channel. If it's one of those days that we expect,
we're gonna have to do it on a what date is July 31st this year? It's the
is that the trade deadline?
24/17/10/3. Oh, so it's exactly 4 weeks from today.
Yes, it is Saturday.
Oh, that's a problem. I'm going to be in Boston. Boston. Sure.
Well, and I probably won't be able to either. So most likely
we'll do it early. We'll do one. We'll record one on Monday and then maybe release it. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Just keep your eyes out for it. Jared, what are your closing thoughts for today's episode? I mean, it was kind of impromptu, but
this was a quicker one, but it's understandable because you're obviously with your grandparents. You should go spend time with them. So I'd like to say Philadelphia is an incredibly frustrating, it's being a Philadelphia fan is probably one of the most frustrating fan bases to be part of. I can also say that PA is I don't know, the roads are definitely rough to drive on. I would also like to say I hope the Flyers do something this offseason as well, and that is all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. The Flyers are in an interesting situation. They're probably going to lose valuable player. They'll probably lose Shane Goss to spare, most likely in the expansion draft. Maybe Nolan Patrick. Did you see Scott Hartnell? I think is the new head coach of Seattle. The guy who was there before Alain Vigneault.
Yes, Scott Hartnell was a coach. It was Dave Hextall, you numbskull. Scott Hartnell was still a player, I believe, when he started.
Well, it'll be interesting to see I hope Seattle does well. I like Seattle. Seattle still deserves an NBA team. Hopefully we'll see one in the future. My closing thoughts is the Phillies, please don't sell, buy a reliever, and possibly buy a great bat.
And sell the team.
And John Middleton should give up the team for somebody who can actually pay the money. That's all we have for you today on episode 18 of the Liberty for Philly podcast. Once again, make sure to subscribe, follow us on Twitter, and check out our videos. They will be put in a playlist either here or here. It's most likely probably going to be here. Remember, mark your calendars. Next Sunday, you will be seeing a great episode with me and Alex Carr going over our 2021 MLB predictions at the All-Star break.
Oh yeah, we get to see how much dookie we have to eat.
We'll see how bad we were.
Oh, we're gonna be eating a lot of crap on the Giants. On the Giants,
we are, yes. And then also we'll be redoing our picks, seeing how we will change them here at the All-Star break, and hopefully there's some interesting picks there. Jared, since he's going to be away, he'll probably send his picks in ahead of time, and I'll fill in for them. Once again, episode 18. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.
Most importantly, subscribe here, but we'll see you guys.